Night. This is Peter from M&N. Um, it's been a while since I've been sitting in this chair. But yeah, here I am back again. I hope this is a little familiar to you. It's been a while. It is pretty freezing cold. It's like below zero, pretty sure. And with the wind factor, it's like, in American terms, it's probably like in the 20s, mid 20s, I'd say. So just gotta avoid catching a cold. All right, let's get straight to it. So today, hey, what's going on, Ellen? Good to see you. It's been a while. Um, Today was nice, and this weekend was actually, in some ways, it was very busy. In some ways, it was pretty laid back. No show yesterday, and then today, the venue was like just a couple of minutes away by bike from my place, which is crazy. And all this time, I actually thought, hey, what's going on, Jeff? I actually thought it was just a fried chicken place. And I never understood why, like especially like on Friday nights, there'd be all these like college kids or just young kids hanging out like inside. I was like, man, do they all really love the chicken that much? Is it like chicken for kids? What's going on, Eric? Wow, yeah, it's been a while. Holy smokes, good to see you. All right, so yeah, so Gungire posted the venue they were going to be at. Ah, yeah, Astros, and they did Osaka, and then there was some other. This jacket, yeah, I have to say this is probably one of my favorite band-made items, for sure, and I would say it is hands down the most used. Um, yeah, well, I'll show it off a little bit more. And people really do like this jacket. I think this is better than the one that came after it and any after that. Okay, and then I know they have Tokyo, they have Tokyo coming up at some point. But yeah, so it was really crazy. The venue is called Shindaita Fever, and it turns out that the venue is actually inside the chicken place. It sounds kind of weird, but when you walk in, it seems like a really large, hard wall, just sort of chicken place as you go inside. But then when you make a left, there's actually the door, and the venue's actually like inside another room. Um, I will say today, I only stayed for three bands. The acoustics, and I would imagine it may have had to do with the sound engineer. It wasn't that great. I spoke to Matsu a little bit afterwards, and I was like, you kind of couldn't really hear yourself that well, could you? Or you just the sound wasn't really that great. What's going on, Scene? So yeah, it wasn't the best sound. Having said that, I would say Gungire always delivers. But no, but when you go to a place like Shibuya Cyclone or especially Thundersnake Atsugi, um, even Anti-Knock, they have their days. They have their on days and their off days. But yeah, I do have to say, today's sound wasn't the best. Hey, thanks, man. I actually had a little chicken today, so thanks. I'll get some more. Yeah, there are only like a few handful of familiar faces, not too many. A couple of the older guys who are just sort of everywhere. They're there for Dim Rays, they're there for The Frail, Bright Deer sometimes. Like, again, like there's like it's a Venn diagram. It's a Venn diagram. So yeah. So yeah, I asked Matsu if I could go. He said, yeah, totally. And I asked if I could do photos for him, but his friend Saskia was actually doing photos today. Hey, what's going on, Ronnie? Was doing photos. So I was like, that's cool. Do you mind? Do you think I could get in as a guest? Is that possible? So I did get in as a guest, which is cool. It's always weird for me now, almost always weird for me not to be doing something. So then I felt compelled to do some recording. The opening act was Straw Day, and I had heard of them previously, mainly because Amp Stage, basically Hendrix and then really, really tall white guy John from England, I believe, uh, it's sort of their promotion, their I don't know quite what you would call them, but they put on a couple of shows, and one of them was with Strade, and also with Mellows, 80 Second Life Sentence, and there was somebody else. So yeah, I checked them out for the first time today. They're good. They're good. They're fun. They're super energetic, really petite. It's basically the uh, bassist slash singer screamer, and then you have the guitarist who's the singer, and then they have a support drummer. But the singer guitarist is probably, I was calling Peter. I would say max she's 150 centimeters, so like 5 feet. I would say less than that. Um, so yeah, good stuff. Definitely worth checking out. I would definitely encourage you guys to see what they're about. I will try to post some stuff, whether it's shorts or it is maybe a song of theirs on MNN. But yeah, fun. And then there was a thrash metal, more old school style band called One's Truth. Pretty good too. Pretty good stuff. The issue was that the bassist, his strap kept on falling off, and so it was a little rough. There were definitely moments where the bass was just kind of not being played, but overall still really good. And then Gungire was up third. Hey, what's going on, Dave? It's been a while, but yeah, it was good. Gungire, as always, love them to death. 30-minute sets, great stuff. This was their set list today. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. I will say, I'm sure there's a huge difference between their recorded material and then their live material. So yeah, Till the Grave, Trigger, Rotten Vegetable, Encrypted, While I'm Alive, Nothing in My Hands. Love Trigger, love Encrypted, While I'm Alive. I don't mind hearing those three all the time. Not to say I don't care about Till the Grave, Rotten Vegetable, Nothing in My Hands. But 2, 4, and 5 in particular are like, love it. 아, 케빈, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 잘 지내고 있습니까? Ah, yeah, that's right. YouTube kind of. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this light down just a little bit. It's a little bit bright. I think is that better? I have no idea. The other thing too, this light might go out. I might have to buy some new ones because, yeah. And then Strade does have a one-man. Again, it's mirrored, so I'll have to tell you. It's 3:17 on Tuesday. It's their first one-man Strade at Shimokitazawa Shelter, which I've been to once for Mutant Monster when they played, and that was really great. So 3:17 Tuesday if you're around. Other than that, yeah, it was pretty quiet but still pretty busy weekend working on stuff. I have some stuff going on. And last week, yeah, I didn't go to any shows last week either. Last week was basically Ayumi Sally, their Line 6 Helix floor processor, I think Stadium XL, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that was great to be at, but it's been pretty quiet, which I think is good for me. This week was really long and rough. But I did want to get into this. Let's see, before I do, let me just make note of just calendar stuff real quickly. Let's see. So we are ending January. I most likely will end it at Shibuya Cyclone on the 31st with Dim Rays. There's quite a few other bands performing there as well. Here's Dim Rays from today. That's cool. So their friend Saskia, she's from Germany, if I'm not mistaken. She does a lot of the photos for them, as well as this other guy. I think his handle is Money Boy. I don't know if he has money, but at least his handle is Money Boy. So yeah. Where is that show? Yeah, Dim Ray's actually posted quite a few shows they'll be playing at, and to me, it's still kind of it's crazy that Dim Ray's performs as much as they do in Tokyo and still live in Osaka. Like that's I would imagine just how much more money they might save doing staying in Keep Rolling Fest on the 31st. Is that right? Let's see. Keep on rolling. Yes, that is correct. I guess I will see you there. Launcher number 8, Red Marker, Falling Asleep, Azami, Clone of Vengeance. Gosh, all these names I can't quite read. TETC, Heartfield, Like a Kid, Four Roses, Good Grief, View from the Soyuz. I don't know most of these bands to be honest, but yeah, we'll see if I stay for everything. But yeah, I'll definitely see you there. Let's see. What did I want to mention? Where's that calendar? Do do do. Yeah, 31st. I'm not sure about February 1st. I don't have any shows. I don't think I do. Um, but then the following weekend will be The Frail. It'll be Undying Words, Dizzy, Reverse. Who else is that? Yeah, I think those are the bands that I'm aware of that I can do photos for and that I will be reaching out to and supporting. But there are other bands that I think are pretty good. And of course, that following or in that week, you really do love Asterism. I haven't seen Asterism for a while. It's actually been like a year and a month, because I saw them at the end of the year, 2024 to 25. So, but in February, the first week is gonna be pretty exciting because after the second week after the Frail, Undying Words, Dizzy Reverse show, then there's Bandmate at Shibuya Line Cube, and then that coming Saturday will be Mixed Hell, which has EMNW. It has Zilke. It has who else? There's a few good bands. I can't remember them all. And then the following day will be Thundersnake Atsugi with Sally, with Whiskey Dust. Sally will be performing with Uyu, Vivi from Hadichi, and then Yukina Impact, which is a weird mix to me. It's so like out of left field, to be honest. Like some of the session members, you're kind of used to seeing them together. They play together. They play similar styles, but this is like, oh, that's really really interesting. So I'm very curious how that's gonna be, as well as Charge. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Really wild, really crazy drummer. Reminds me, he plays with Marty Freeman, but he reminds me a lot of Tommy Lee from Motley Crue back in the day. Tall, lanky, just wild and crazy, but great drummer. Like awesome drummer. And of course, other shows lined up, but I'll just leave it right there. Um, yeah, I've definitely been taking it slower, and I'm learning to be okay with that, which is really, really good because I need it to be. So, all right. I think right now my monitor is just this big white screen, so I'm gonna get to some other stuff. All right, let's see here. I did mention in the title that Korean metalcore, and when you hear metalcore, you definitely do not immediately think of Korea. I don't know anyone who would or does or even should, to be honest. But to my delightful surprise, I found a few really cool bands just kind of going down the rabbit hole one particular day. So I just want to share a few bands with you. I hope you'll be interested. I'm curious what you guys think. And yeah, just want to share, okay? So from here on. The first is this group. It's a weird name, to be honest. It's called, the name's It's called Mesgram. Um, at Cyclone. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So they're called Mesgram, MESS, and then Gram. I don't know if it was like a play on Instagram and then mess, like showing your mess. I don't know, but really, really good female vocals. Great metalcore style. It also leans a little bit more towards the melodic and even almost pop rock at times with some of the other music. But check them out and see what you think. I like them a lot. They're actually the last time they had any news about them was like 4 years ago. But it sucks. It's really, really good, to be honest. And even Nana from Gungire follows them on Instagram, and then Mayo follows them on Twitter X. So I'm curious how they discovered each other. Can you guys hear the volume okay? Should I lower it, raise it? Wait till the vocals kick in. It's really good. They actually appeared in Metallion, a Japanese metal magazine back in 2022. On the cover was Nemophila, so that's pretty crazy. But for me in particular, I just really, really enjoyed her vocals. So check out their stuff online on YouTube, especially MESS mess and then Gram, one word. All right, so that's right there. The original singer is really, really good, of Undying Words, Kasumi. She sang in the style that's kind of more enka-ish. It's like a sort of a traditional Japanese style of singing. But yeah, she was special. I'm not gonna lie, she was special. Okay, so that was Mesgram. I really like them. They have some other good songs, but I just want to share this one. Okay, let's get into a little bit more. I'm not sure how many of you guys are actually into metalcore. I know for me initially, I wasn't into too much of all the screaming. But I think for me in particular, going to a lot of the live shows and experiencing it firsthand, like right there in person, it really moves you, really grabs you. It's kind of like the primal screaming stuff that Yoko Ono used to do, except it sounds a lot better. All right, this band is called Crackberry. They sound, yeah, pretty melodic choruses. Not as much screaming, like Siseiga. This band? Well, Siseiga's not metalcore though. They call themselves groove metal, right? Melodic groove metal. Which I agree with. Like they go pretty hard, and even though I think Regan does do the death voice like amazingly, Yeah, some people go pretty hard and heavy. Like, but let's check this one out. Again, this band is called Crackberry. Again, one word. I like them. They're really good. See what you think. They're newer from what I found in terms of their videos when they dropped and their activities. I'm still used to, I think, the Japanese aesthetic of how people look when they perform. Koreans tend to go a little bit more towards like the very cool, sleek style, but it's good stuff, the music anyway. So
I'm standing in the middle of my empty space. I've lost my faith, can't go on
it's all in
saying
English, I
it's
think the
to
song is.
me. I will ask myself again, was my effort was in vain? Is my dream become a pain? Can you feel the freaking on
It's not flawless English, but it's pretty good. So I'm not sure if it's done the Japanese way, just using a translator, or just sort of doing your best, but pretty good, right? It's more like a blend of rock and metalcore. So in terms of the riffs and the vibe, but once you get to the actual like verse and chorus, it's a bit more rock. I think it definitely has a much more mainstream appeal because of how melodic it is. Yeah. Okay, so that was Crackberry. The song is called "Shed My Skin." They have another couple of good songs. Definitely worth checking out if you like the melodic. Yeah. So that was Crackberry. The first one was Mesgram. This is an older band. They are still performing. But the cool thing actually about this band is that they actually did perform in Tokyo back in 2018, so the year I first arrived. It doesn't seem like they've put out anything, at least music video wise, more recent. All their music videos tend to be a bit older, but they go a bit harder, a bit more old school ish. But yeah, it's interesting. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned Crystal Lake because this song from a group called End These Days. End These Days actually features Ryo Kinoshita from Crystal Lake. So let's check this out. Again, I really had no idea. Actually, there's a lot of stuff. This is in Japan, so it's filmed in Japan, even though they're a Korean band. So for me, it's kind of just surprising to encounter these kinds of songs. And I won't lie, I think Koreans are very good at replicating and sometimes surpassing what they attempt to recreate. Not to say that any of these things are like way better, but much better than I expected, to be honest. So yeah, still surprising to hear this kind of stuff. Again, aesthetic-wise, it's weird because I'm just so used to what the Japanese put out in terms of how they look. Um, oh, okay. And then Ryo Kinoshita from Crystal Lake coming up.
Holy silence.
Okay, so that was End These Days. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Like, if I was to hear this music at a Japanese show, I definitely wouldn't like be like, oh, this sounds less or all that different. You know, like it's good metalcore. Uh, these guys go pretty hard. This group is called Remnants of the Fallen, and so the name itself kind of lends towards a more heavier sound. What I was taken by for this song in particular by this band is just the drummer. Like the beats go pretty hard. So just check it out. Remnants of the Fallen. It's called Hate and Carrion. The drums go pretty non-stop. What's interesting is that because Korean society is even less enthused about this style, you know, it's the land of K-pop. So even with bands that are like really amazing, even if bands are really amazing, like their views are lower, their followers are lower, but good song though. Really good song. Great solo too. drums. All right, so what did you think of that? Remnants. Can't even say that right. Remnants of the Fallen. Some pretty good stuff, right? I think so. I think that's pretty good stuff. Yeah, totally. Koreans. Being a Korean myself, not to say that I represent a lot of what Korea represents, but having lived there prior to Japan for 7.5 years and just, like studied a bit while I was there, the culture anyway. Koreans definitely have a way of just going all in. They're not very good at middle ground. So yeah, it's interesting. But I'm gonna play this band. It's called Day of Mourning. Um, yeah, exactly. I don't think many people do, but it's there. So this band is called Day of Mourning. What's interesting about this band is that the lead singer screamer is actually he's Mexican. I don't know. He's from like Mexico, but again, another really great band. They go pretty hard and heavy. It's good stuff though. Like worth checking out, and like these guys would be cool to see live as well. So this is called Day of Mourning. The song is called Nord. I think it's called Nord. Yeah. All right, Rumpus. I like them. They've got sort of that math rock guitar in there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but whatever, because even what we consider, I don't know if we consider it mainstream, but the music that a lot of foreigners, Westerners are into in Japan, they're not mainstream. A lot of them, the majority of them aren't. Majority of the bands that I follow, that I like befriend, and that I help out. But Korea's that much more, right? That much more because, again, like you're fighting against this behemoth called K-pop. And this style kind of goes against sort of, I think, what Korean society desires. They're not really into this kind of expression, not in this particular way. They like more handsome, pretty, cute, stylized. So yeah, this is Day of Mourning. The song is called Nord. Pretty good stuff, I'd say. Pretty good stuff. There's like another handful of bands I could share with you, but I don't know if I want to go into all of them. Yeah, goodness me, oh my. Oh, this is kind of cool. This one band called the A-pop is very emo, like old school emo. Yeah, just check them out. I like their stuff. But it's just interesting to hear this style now. But these guys have been around for ages, from what I've seen. You hear the emo? This is early 2000s, really. It's good. It's good. I'm curious if this scene can ever grow bigger in Korea. Because it definitely has. It definitely has grown. This band I would just call pretty much emo, not even emo core. Yeah, I mean... Oh, interesting, alt rock. Emo, it's got a bit more of emotions, a little bit like that softer quality. There's a feminine quality to emo. And especially you can hear it in the vocals with this guy. But they're good. Huh, interesting. Paramore, I guess... There are other bands like Yellow Card, Story of My Life, Taking Back Sunday? Yeah, there's quite a few emo bands I used to listen to. So I used to work with these kids and they would share these songs with me. But totally like 2000s. I wonder if I had discovered this kind of music back in the day in Korea, if I would have stuck around longer. All right. So, yeah. That is Korean metalcore. So, as you can hear, like there's stuff. Like there's definitely stuff out there. That's worth checking out, especially if you're into that sort of more hardcore scene. There's melodic stuff too, and everything in between. But yeah, it's wild. You know, one of the things that really helps is that when you find a band, especially on YouTube, if their music video is actually under their label, then you find all these other bands, and especially with labels, they have similar styles. So you can find all these bands all at once, which can be kind of overwhelming. So there's a label called Watch Out! Exclamation mark. And just going there, there's a lot of cool stuff to check out. That's definitely, I think it's worth your time if you're into discovering more. And again, I don't know how many people will sort of mecca on over to Korea to listen to like rock. It doesn't have quite the depth and history that Japan does. But there is something, which I think is more than I had ever thought about or expected. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, I'll play one more band for you guys. One more band called not Vaseline, but Vaseline, VASS. I think this is the song that I listened to. Let's see how loud this is. I don't remember. Yeah, I think once you find it, it's kind of like in Japan as well, though. Like once you're in the scene, you just find the connections, and it's just it's concentric circles, right? And like it kind of expands on out. And the same, I think, with Korea. It's like now that I'm aware of this, and now that I found this, you just allow YouTube to do, the algorithm gods to do the thing. You check out their Twitters, their Instagrams, their YouTube, and see what's going on. Yeah, Koreans aren't quite as experimental with their looks, their appearance. I think Japan, if I'm to compare, again, not to say better, but just to compare, I think Japan is at the time, and they really go to they go to quite a length to be different, right? They call themselves Osaka core, Harajuku core, again, like melodic groove metal. Like they try to set themselves apart with like how they label themselves and how they look. I think they really try to find an image. But I think what I've noticed so far, anyway, I could be wrong, but so far, Korea doesn't go to those kind of dramatic lengths to be that distinct and separate. So yeah. Again, I'm still a novice at this, especially with Korean music, so just kind of figuring it out. But all right, it is 11:30. I don't want my neighbors to get get on my case about making noise. Have an opening to play in Japan. I mean, it's really if a promoter invites them over, right? Like the band End These Days, they got called over to play in 2018. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. I did notice that the singer screamer for that band actually featured on quite a few different other bands. So whether it's his networking prowess, it's just stylistically they liked him, whatever it was. There's any number of reasons. I think what I've discovered, there's any number of reasons why people are connected in the music industry, whether it's money, whether it's talent, whether it's friendship. It could be all of them. It really, but the connection's there, right? And so for me, the connection is there, not because of money, because I don't have any. I'm a pretty decent guy to hang out with. I think I have my moments. I'm helpful. I do have the intent of promoting bands, and they are aware of that. It's a very pure intent. There's no hidden. Yeah, there's nothing hidden. Like I'm very straightforward with what I want to do. Talent, I don't. The talent for going out of my way and willing to look stupid just to talk to people. Um, I'm not too bad at that. But yeah, I've had the amazing opportunity to build these relationships with all these different bands. A lot of it did stem from doing photography, like helping them out, willing to just talk to them and interact with them, and hopefully lead to other stuff. So yeah, I definitely want for my relationship with these bands to be, oh, thank you so much. I definitely want my relationship with these bands to be beneficial to both of us. and I am willing to do what I can to make sure that I do my best, for these bands if and when possible. Um, and yeah, this coming year, we'll see. I do have some ideas and some plans, and if things work out, then it could be a really fun, interesting year. Um, so yeah, that's uh, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the introduction to some Korean metalcore. Let me remind you, Mesgram, Crackberry, End These Days, Remnants of the Fallen, Vaseline, the A-pop, just quite a few others. Thank you so much. Um, and yeah, surprisingly, because what is it? Not perfect, but AI can be helpful. So then asking like just Google, what is it? Google Gemini. Um, you know, like what are some good Korean metalcore bands? So just try typing that in and see what comes out. And you never know, you might be surprised, genuinely. Gratefully so. So yeah, but yeah. Other than that, that was my weekend. A lot of sort of discovering and getting to see Gungire again, and just almost you know bursting into tears every time I hear "While I'm Alive." It's just such a moving, powerful song for me personally. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, if you guys have any questions before I head on out, I do have to go to the dentist early tomorrow morning, so I think I should get some rest early. But please let me know if there's anything at all right now. Anything at all right now. Oh, yeah, that's right. By the way, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't mind looking stupid in front of people. Real quickly, I forgot to mention, which you guys should be aware of. NAM, right, is happening in California. And so a couple of things. Meito is there, and she was doing some stuff, kind of promoting Vola guitars, which she promotes, which she's sponsored by. And then also Zemaitis released, thank you so much. Zemaitis released the Starry Pigeons. Not on sale anyway, but they officially like released a couple of videos. You guys may have seen it. I believe SJ is going to post a video on it pretty soon. Yes, she did meet Herman Lee, but I met Herman Lee first. He knows me. He knew me before Meito. Um, if those of you who remember me interacting with him back in like 2020, yeah, 2020, 2021, I did some stuff for him. Yeah, Miki's new signature guitar. No, actually, Michael, I don't. Other, I had to buy a certain amount. Yeah, the Starry Pigeons. Well, it's Miku, so I'm assuming March 9th, right? It should be. Which is when the Flappy Pigeon went on sale, Miku. So, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's also 39 pigeons on that guitar. It's something that I absolutely cannot afford, even though I have the Flappy Pigeon with me here. It was like one of those things that's like will never happen again, sadly. But yeah. So yeah, those are a couple of cool things, right? The Starry Pigeons, and then also Meito, and yeah, a lot of other cool stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. But thanks so much for joining me this time around. I do hope that you were able to expand your music library, and you guys do check out some more Korean stuff. Again, there's a lot of K-pop, but if you kind of like just dig through and dig through, you'll find some good stuff that you like. Okay. You've seen the girls from Hades. Can't have video without them. I did not see them. I messaged Yuri. We were supposed to grab lunch next month, but she said that both her and then Mayo are really busy, so I don't think I'll be able to. I may reach out to Kuya separately. Um, it's kind of busy weekends, but I'm gonna see if I can do that too. So yeah, and then there is a good chance that because she always seems open, where I visit Kuya, maybe even at her place, at her pad, and then we can jam together. So that'd be really fun if that happens. So yeah. I don't know if I can like reach out to her and say, "Oh, at least Jeff says hi," but I'll see what I can do. Yuri and Mayo are playing next weekend with Surge K at Crescendo, but I won't be going there because I'll be going to see Dim Race. So yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take off. Thank you so much. I will see you guys again soon. Please take care. Have a good weekend and take care of your health because God damn it, that's so important. Thanks again, guys. I will see you. Bye.